Hey everyone, welcome to Second Sight Tarot, a branch of wellness. I'm here to do the monthly reading for the sign of Aries for the month of June 2021. I've already meditated on the cards, and please remember that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please take what does and leave the rest. We're doing the element spread, current situation, how we can flow through this through intellect and communication, the emotions that you can connect and or release, and the final outcome or how to move through it. I've already pulled a couple cards for the essence of the reading, and I'll share them with you in 1 second. I'm just going to pull a couple cards and then we're going to get started. Situation, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, change, intensity, energy, and listen, secret, silence your mind and pay attention. I don't always read the bottom of these, but I felt called. Okay, so the overall essence of this reading right now, whoops, missed them. Interesting. So you have teamwork. So those of you who are starting a new thing or a new job or in the home, the essence is teamwork. And I don't really see anything else. I mean, there might be, I don't know if this is work, but it could be. Nature, really connecting. And this is just looking at your surroundings, like really being observant around this. You know, observing your surroundings with nature, but also being in it and really connecting with it. And electricity. So there is a lot of shifting here, a lot of things. We'll get into it. These don't really resonate with me with the rest of the reading, but these were the first things that I pulled out, so it might tie together at the end. I also pulled these just for fun because I haven't used these cards in the last couple of weeks, but the twins, which is friendship. So maybe it's time to reevaluate your friendships and or just go hang out because we miss our friends, don't we? So the overall essence is teamwork, but that also means like friendships and gatherings and working with people, not doing things alone anymore is the point. So I can totally see that being connecting to your reading, all kidding aside, but just not doing things alone. There's no reason to do things alone right now because this could be a lot going on in your situation right here. You don't need to do it alone, but if it is working with a team, I think will get you further along. And there is a sense of gaining confidence here, security. There's this like gaining experience or having the experience to kind of move forward with what you're doing and feeling really confident about that. Also, like really like respecting and honoring what you've created so far and what you've attained so far, and really feeling confident about it, really feeling good and solid about like all of the hard work that you've been doing all this time. So good energy to be in. And the warrior, which is adventure. It is time to take an adventure, but I think this could be definitely external and taking an adventure. You know. With this newfound confidence you have. But I also think this is an inward journey and going on this adventure like inward, because there's some stuff going on here. So I'm going to pull one more for the current situation, please, for Aries. Thank you. 2. Ooh, lots of trust going on here. Okay, current situation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to do the essence of the ring. I always forget, so I got to check myself. You have the Fool. The Fool, maybe some new self-beliefs, a new journey that you're taking. It could be really feeling confident and starting like a beginning with like, not boldness, maybe boldness, but like assertiveness, like confident. This is also adventure, you know, it's being adventurous. There is something new coming in, you know. there's this new leap of faith, this new concept, this new beginning, this new journey that you're taking with lots of potential, and it's kind of spontaneous kind of feeling. But I do feel like it's an intuitive choice, and I feel it's really connective, and I think you see it clearly. Even though it's spontaneous, you kind of planned it this way or planted seeds from before in this new beginning. Like you've kind of waited for this to happen. So it's not a new feeling, but it is a new adventure, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. You have the High Priestess in reverse, and this could be twos are about choices, decisions, crossroads with something, but the Empress in reverse is, you could be denying a great potential that you have available to you, or not seeing it, you know? You can also be very overly rational about something and not just taking this leap of faith that it's asking you to take, like you're thinking too much into the situation, too deeply. And also, this can also mean like secrets that you're keeping within and not revealing them, concealed, you know? So that could also be, I don't know if the secrets have something to do, if that is you, has something to do with like the Fool and starting a new journey, or maybe releasing them, you know, or it's not you at all, and this could just be like denying this new potential, this new opportunity to take a leap of faith, a new journey. For most of you, it could be that. And also, but the reason why I have secrets in my mind, or something that you're not speaking and not being truthful about with that, whether it's yourself or with somebody else or situation, is because you have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is all about deception. You know, this is like a serpent or a snake dressed up as this beautiful woman wrapped in flowers, and she's stealing eggs. So it's like manipulation in a sense, you know, or like being very dishonest, untruthful, you know, disguising what's really there, you know, getting away with something. Secrets. So you have two secrets cards. So maybe there is something to this. Something needs to be revealed for your own self, for your own healing. And maybe this isn't a secret to somebody else. It's just something that's not being, you haven't said something that you need to say, you know, and you're keeping it within, and that becomes a secret. So revealing your true self or your true thing, whatever this is, might set you free for this new journey. So it could be that. In the current situation, you have logic and evaluation, sorry. This is all being in the head right now. This is not intuition. This is just being really up here, not using the heart and intuition. It's like very logical, very mindset mentality. Could be learning something new, or science brain kind of situation here. The Trust card came out, which is a 5, which is also a lot about change. Maybe some of the secrets here are being held in because you don't have trust in a situation or something. So really feeling, see, to me this card is like you are protected. You know, somebody's looking over you. It's just a matter of holding space for yourself and trusting. You have to trust. You have to come through with that on yourself. It's not that you don't have that support around you. It's you not feeling that you have trust, or that you could be trusted or trustworthy, or somebody can be trusted. I don't know what end it's coming from here. And really surrendering to the energy, this energy here. Surrendering, trusting more, taking this leap of faith, you know? Revealing your true self and knowing that, trusting in that it will be okay to be revealed. And the Devil in the reverse, which I like, you know, it's you're releasing something. It's like having this healthy attitude about things now. You know, it's like really being like standing really heavy on a decision or decisions, you know. This is a very healthy attitude. Like this is, I think this is you gaining trust, releasing and surrendering to the world. Just like I being in your head about this, but I think that the heart will come in as it unfolds, and the intuition will come in as it folds. It's just right now in the current situation, you're assessing stuff and you're like in your head a lot, trying to sort things out, I'm going to pull one card for that. Situation for Aries. We're 10, Aries. Let's see what we got here. We have traveling. I do think you're on a new journey. It's up to you whether you want to have obstacles or not. And things blocking your way of having a smooth sail there. It's up to you. It's perspective. It's changing your mindset a little bit to trust a little bit more of the process so it doesn't give you conflict and just a hard time along the way. You're definitely on a new journey, for sure. I'm just going to read them all. Ordinariness. So, like, you're not, you know what? This is coming back to basics and just being simple. It's another 8. It's another 8. Releasing these obstacles that no longer serve you, that really hold you back from finding your way and going where you want to go. And keeping it simple. You have this mountain. Yes, it's an amazing journey and it's like awesome. And you have this great, but it's like, just keeping it simple along the way. Going back to basics. You don't have to complicate it. It's crazy that you have a lot of 8s. Stress. I think stress is because you're juggling too much in the mind. Not physically, but in the mind. Way too much to hold on to space-wise. Maybe releasing some of the mind chatter and just keeping it a little bit more simple will help you kind of stay balanced in your everyday. Creativity, 3. I do think this, I think this is also the Empress in this deck. So nurturing yourself. This is a healing time for you. There's a lot of growth going on right now. Finding creative ways to do this. Finding really interesting new patterns to heal and to grow, and really standing in your power. And nurturing yourself, like mothering yourself in a different way, or for the first time. Beyond illusion. Which is a pretty card. I forget what this might be. Could be judgment. I'm just learning these cards. Sorry. But I think there's an awakening here. There's an awareness here. You're looking beyond what's going on, especially if you're looking physically about what the world is happening right now, what's going on in the world. Like looking past that and seeing the truth for what it is. But this is also internally, seeing the truth for what it is. Really trusting and letting go and just taking a leap of faith, There's a lot going on here. There's a journey that's had here, but just keeping it simple, keeping it like, don't complicate it. It's very clear. In the how you can move through intellect and communication, how you can articulate, how you can communicate with yourself and with others, and also perceiving what is coming in, the information coming in. You have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is, in this deck, it's nostalgia, kind of like the 6 of Cups. I think that was the 6 of Cups that was nostalgia, no? I could be wrong. No, I think it's this one. For me, I'm confused right now. Give me 1 second. Because I thought that was the 6 of Cups, and this is interesting that this is that. In this deck, it's fond memories, nostalgia, reminiscing about the past, this innocence, being very kind. But the 5 of Cups is emotional loss in other decks. So I think this is interesting. So if I'm looking at them together, the true meaning of regular, like the original tarot, and the meaning of this, and I could have, I could also be just not remembering the meaning of this card right. I'm going to go with the original meaning, sorry. I think that this is kind of, I don't know why I thought this was the Six of Cups when I put it in my head, and I'm looking at it now, so I'm sorry about that. Maybe there was a message in there for somebody and that's why that came out. Sometimes that happens. But this is not seeing, kind of like crying over spilled milk. She's seeing the 3 flowers that fell off the tree. She doesn't realize that there's still 2 beautiful flowers flourishing on this tree. You know, it's like she's just crying over the loss of what happened and not realizing she still has it. She still has the other 2 that are just fine. You don't need more than that. So there's like this sense of loss, and the 5s are all about change. And it, you know, and maybe this is interesting that I was talking about nostalgia and like memories, because maybe you're missing opportunities. Maybe you're missing opportunities and not seeing clearly because you're stuck in the past. I think that could be a message for someone, because I feel like, I don't know why I was saying that this is the 6 of Cups, and that's the 6 of Cups. So I think that emotionally loss is about the past, like you're stuck in the past and not seeing, not hearing things as they are now, hearing things as you were then, and not allowing yourself to see that there's like new form, new life right in front of you, in your hands on this tree. You're looking at things as they were, not as they are. Very interesting, but I think that's kind of the essence of what the whole thing was. Can I clarify, please, with 5 of Cups and intellect and communication? And this can be how you're communicating, you know? It's, yeah, focus card, and this is also a 5. So there is a lot of change happening with the way you communicate, the way you perceive things, the way you're taking in information, the way you like process it. And there's a focus here, or asking you to focus. I'm going to clarify one more time. Where's my guys? I don't know if I want to take them, but the Star. So I do feel like the Star can be like a long-term goal, long-term planning for the future, like really seeing things ahead and how you perceive, you want them to come out, or like the outcome, and that's why you're looking ahead. You have the Star. But also, the Star is a lot of healing and having peace and hope for the world, right? Having hope for the future. It's a really healing thing. And I think that for some of you, reminiscing about old things with the 5 of Cups is healing for you, but don't get stuck there, because this is a future card in a sense. Right now, to me, that's the way it's coming, because it's planning for the future. It's having long-term goals for the future. And you have this focus right now of like all of these things coming in. This is all trusting in a leap of faith going forward. So what I'm seeing here is stay focused, but don't focus on the past. Look ahead of you and see what the future holds. You have these beautiful flowers on this tree that are waiting for you to look at them and acknowledge that they're there, and not cry over spilled milk or nostalgia, as I said before. So really interesting. And you have Don't Stop, a Miracle is around the corner. I think that this focus, this heavy focus, that's fine. You want to reminisce about stuff, and you want to, you know, think about all the emotional loss, and but communicate this, because this is in the communication position. Like really understand it and verbalize it. Release this from your body so you can let it go, because there is a focus here, and this shifting is creating a lot of focus for what you want to see in the future. You know, how you want to communicate in the future, how you want to see yourself understand things in the future. And you're so close to shifting something. Don't allow this to keep you back by staying stuck on what you've lost. Look ahead and say like, okay, I got a plan. I got a plan ahead. Going with the flow is exactly right. Going with this flow. Don't hold yourself back. Move forward. Interesting. Sorry for the mess up, but I think it was meant to be, and I think that there's a reason for it. So I'm going to go with it. In the how you can move, or the emotions you can connect and release, you have remember who you are, return to your roots. And I think that's what you're doing. I think a lot of this inner work, a lot of this new beginning and surrendering and releasing stuff, old secret, they may not be secrets to you, but they're secrets because they're not told. So maybe releasing these things that are old, that are inside of you, will make room for you coming back to yourself, making, like, really understanding yourself fully. You know, maybe when you release things, you're going to learn something more about yourself and get closer to yourself. This is emotional stuff, okay? You have the Fool in reverse again. You had it in the upright position here as the overall energy of the reading. Now you have it in the emotions position in the reverse. I'll show you the regular card, and then I'll show you. I'll tell you. So I think this is holding on to fear and being afraid of really looking at your emotions here, or shifting. Or like digging, you know, and not wanting to do it, honestly. So, because you're afraid of the unknown. That's what this is. It's afraid of the unknown. Being really, really cautious, and or being foolish, and just not showing up for yourself in the way you should. You know, like this maturity on this journey. So, which could be absolutely just being really cautious and not wanting to release too many emotions at once or connect with your emotions at once, because it's could be very heavy and it's just not something you want to deal with right now, or don't have the capacity to. Sometimes it's just so much work. So, and that's fine, but just don't get stuck in that, like the other stuff to be stuck in, like the Five of Cups here. You have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands are all about expanding your horizon, having progress, looking ahead, but being grounded and rooted. You know, that's her hair is kind of rooted into the ground and entangled. That's kind of what I'm feeling for this. I think that there's like you're really gaining self-confidence here. And you're assessing, you're like planning for something, you know, you're looking ahead and you're like feeling optimistic and just confident. This is building self-confidence here. So I think there is like this back and forth of like building self-confidence and having fear. I swear every reading I've done so far is all about this teeter-totter. I'm digging deep and I'm releasing, but then I stand firm and feel grounded, but then I'm afraid. It's like this, it seems to be a common theme. But I do think that in emotions, that's kind of how we are in the emotions, like so up and down, right? Every moment's different. You know, you can hear one song and like within that song have 10 different emotions, you know, cry and laugh all at the same time. It's like that kind of energy. It's like, you know, being afraid, but kind of gaining your self-confidence to move through this, but on your pace, with a pace that feels comfortable for you. And just stay close to yourself, because this is about coming home to yourself, you know. So stay on the game there. I'm going to pull some. Clarify the Fool in reverse, please. Thank you. Guidance 3. It's interesting. I think this is being divinely guided. Like, this is divinely guided. Like, I feel like a 3, you know, creativity also. But I think that this is your soul just kind of pushing you this way. You're not really planning this. It's not like you woke up and said, you know, the mind here is like, I'm doing this. I'm going to like dig deep and I'm going to go through every emotion and I'm doing this. It's like not really your choice. You're kind of just going where your energy's taking you, or where your soul's taking you. And this is something your soul really needs. You know, you're dabbling in it. You're putting your hand in this and allowing it to go. But there is a little resistance here because of fear. Don't let fear stand in your way of this, because I think that it's where you're supposed to go. I mean, you can see like this angel, or this spirit is kind of leading you. Here you are over here. You put your hand in it, but you're not fully in it because there's a little bit of resistance here. There's a little bit of fear here. One more, please. Or 10 more. Compromise and conditioning. You know, I feel like when with these emotions, it's a lion or a lion like with a bunch of sheep, and I this is what's coming up, is that like you've always didn't fit in. Maybe you didn't feel like you fit in. It should be a black sheep here, but I think it's a lion, because the whole point is not being the same like everyone, but just kind of different. Like you're a powerhouse. You're fire. This is your card. It's like you're the lion. You know, and you're fierce, and you've been entangled with all of this conditioning of like what everything is supposed to be, and it's just not you. And I do think that there's a little bit of anger here, or like pissed off. But that's caused the fire to burn and make a change. You know, I feel like that's what I'm feeling from this card. I feel like there's this, you've been conditioned to be this way or follow this path, but you're not doing it anymore. Or you've never done it. But you're saying, F you now. I'm not, all of these things I believed in are real and they're true. Now you guys are the outcasts kind of feeling, you know, like you're the sheep. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. And this could be with COVID stuff, or secrets within the government, or whatever, or it could just be in general. But this is an emotional release for you, and you still feel tied down because I think you're scared to fully take that leap for some of you. Not all of you, but for some of you. Just know that your soul's going there anyway, so you might as well not resist it. And compromising. I think this is compromising with yourself. If you have to compromise with yourself. Finding ways to compromise. You know? Oh, I'll do this, but you have to give me this. You know, kind of thing. I'll step in the unknown and let go of fear, but you have to give me this of some sort. You know, there's this like respecting, it's kind of a pinky swear kind of compromise with yourself. That's what I see in this. Could be with a friend or a partner, but I think it's with yourself, with your spirit, with your soul. It's good. I like it. One more, because I'm nosy. So Rise is all about, and the Magician, definitely manifesting stuff and like creating what you want to see. And really connecting, you know, really being in training here. You're learning something big, you know? You're manifesting something big. Rise is kind of like coming out of the mud and you're seeing light, and you're just like, there's light at the end of the tunnel kind of energy. And being grateful for the freedom that comes with that. And I think that's because you're breaking through from this conditioning now, and you're saying F this, and you're just like, I'm finally freeing myself, and what I believe is right, and it's true, and I'm not going to let the sheep tell me otherwise, because now you're seeing my true colors, and you're starting to believe that what I believe in is real. That's what I'm getting from this. And the worker bee, you know, bees are magnificent, and lately my friend Samanda, her name is Amanda, but my daughter calls her Samanda. She told me, you know, like reminding me that the bees are such on an amazing frequency, and they can sense all different types of frequencies and vibrations. And Samanda's wife, partner, is becoming a beekeeper, or is a beekeeper now. I'm sorry for spilling the beans for you guys, but I just feel like I've been very connected to the bees because of them. They've been telling me about them. So, but there's this connection and this sensitivity to vibration now that is different for you. And I think it's because you're setting yourself free from the chains of the bullshit emotionally. But you don't have to do this alone because they work together in a hive together. You know, it's not alone. And this is the teamwork and friendships come in. And I think that now it's tying in. You know, this is all together as a team. But it's also recognizing frequencies and vibrations that don't mesh with yours anymore. That's what I'm getting from this. So, and that is fearful to go against the grain, right? So, hope that resonated. I think it's interesting. And the final outcome, you have the Hangman in reverse. If I could pick it up. So the Hangman is I guess it wasn't in reverse before. Is it in the reverse? Maybe it isn't in the. It wasn't in the reverse. I'll do both. I'll do both. But I'll put in the upright. You know, I don't feel like it was in the reverse here. Unless you're coming out of this enlightenment. Maybe it was. I was playing with them before, so I don't know if I put it back the right way, but maybe it's meant to be. So, you know, normally the Hangman is like a fresh perspective, looking at things through a different lens in a different way. Like taking some time to go inward and being like this enlightening space, quiet stillness space. And maybe, and like looking at, you know, these holding patterns that you have. And so if this is in the reverse, which I'm going to go with it because that's what I saw, you're the opposite of those things. You're releasing things now. You're coming down. You're getting out of this position. You've already seen a new perspective, and now you're taking that approach. You know, now you're taking action to really move forward with it. Yeah, you're taking this new perspective and you're utilizing it to help you right now. You've grown from this. You've taken all this acceptance and now you're like, I'm done. This is what I'm getting from this specific one right here. You know, you've attained this wisdom and now you're breaking through it. And I'm kind of doing a mix because I'm pretty sure it was in the upright. And then having trust. And, oh, you have trust now. Before you were like, I have to trust. I'm gaining trust. You have full trust now. Faith is in power of the universe. And that's so true. I'm going to clarify the Hangman just so I can get a clearer picture, please. Another Magician. Isn't that interesting? And look, Magician. So there is a lot of manifestation here. You know? There is a lot of... you've been in training all this time. You're learning. Now you're manifesting. You've gained trust. You've been enlightened. You see things in a new way. And now you're going to go full force and manifest the things that you really want to manifest for. And go for the things that you want to manifest. That's what I see from this. I'm going to pull one card here. Sorrow in the reverse. So, I think you're finding clarity on your direction now. You're finding clarity with all of this stuff, and you're not feeling this way anymore. I think you're really gaining insight and trust. Pull one more. Outcome for Aries. Thank you. Completion. Interesting. It is a completion. You're putting the last puzzle piece on the puzzle. And this is a completion at the end of this. And a new cycle begins, a new journey begins in with trust and feeling self-confidence and releasing shit that doesn't serve you anymore and going against the grain and not being in this conditioning mentality or holding on to that negativity and that you've already broke from, but it's still in you, because there's lots of sheep. And you're at the end. It's completion. This is beautiful. To me, the completion card here is the world. And that is finding your fulfillment. You're finally feeling like you're onto something here. You're in this fulfillment stage. You're in this finding balance, wholeness. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful energy. Anyway, I'm going to do some self-care cards. I'm really into this reading. If it resonated, I hope it did. For Aries, June 2021, please. Where did it go? Here it is. 2. All right. So, and they're all turned over. Aromatherapy, but I also think this is just being around nature, smelling flowers, connecting to the earth. Beauty ritual. I'll show you the aromatherapy. Beauty, start maybe do something to make yourself feel good. Do your toes, paint your nails, do a facial, connecting with your ancestors. This to me is all about returning to your roots, coming home to yourself. That is a big one, and that's totally what that means. Alone time. I think that's really important. Don't we all need a little bit? Intuition. It finally came through because you've been in your head. Looking at the stars, and I think this is just really connecting with universal consciousness and connecting with it. And that could also be teamwork and that kind of stuff. You working together as a whole unit. And intuition, really connecting to your intuition here. I think this is all about intuition, but it's like intuition in action. Like you've taken action from your intuition here. Aries, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, if you would love to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I think this is a really profound, beautiful reading, and I hope that it resonated with you for the month of June. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I will see you soon.